welcome to Mexico City for Dia de Muertos. Good morning, everyone. I'm getting ready to head out to my first activity here in Mexico City to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. We're going over to Xochimilco, which is kind of like a more local and residential area in Mexico City. And we're gonna go hang out with a local, and she's gonna teach us all of the details about how to build an altar, about some history of Dia de los Muertos, and show us how she celebrates with her own family. So stay tuned and let's get into this wonderful day. I'm not gonna lie, I was so excited to visit Diana and her family. She is a chef, but she hosts people a few days before Dia de Muertos every year to teach them the culture and history of the holiday. And her family has lived in Xochimilco for generations. Hola, buenos días.
Buen día.
Soy de los Estados Unidos. I'm from the United States. I'm from California, Los Angeles to be specific. And I think that like Dia de los Muertos has always like interested me because I've seen a lot of it living in LA, but I never really like understood. And I think like even from what I've learned now, it's been really interesting because I feel like in the United States we don't really have very much like culture and custom around like celebrating our loved ones who've passed away. Like we have funerals and then it's kind of like that's it, you know? And so I've always just found it very like beautiful and interesting what I did know. And so being here and able to learn more and being with families is really exciting for me. So thank you for having me.
A pleasure. It is really a pleasure that people has interest in this.
The theme for the day was learning all that we could about Dia de Muertos, including some of the Aztec history and culture and the roots of the holiday, as well as how could we make our very own altar so that we could take it home to have Dia de Muertos with our families. We started the day by enjoying some pan de muerto, which is a traditional treat that's even left on altars specifically this time of year. And then we quickly went into making our alebrijes, which these are kind of new when it comes to Dia de Muertos tradition, but they're basically like spirit guides that are significant that guide you through the afterlife. I can't say that mine is good by any means, but they say that alebrije is basically what you imagine it to be. So we're here in a market and we're getting ready to shop for some flowers and some dulces, I think. Hello! This is what's called el árbol de vida, which is a tree of life.
The machine,
Wow.
people take the paper and with these tools they start until they get the figure. It is
crazy.
an art, right? It is an art. That is what it is happening in there.
It's specifically really cute seeing all the kids dressed up as different kinds of like catrinas and things like that as we walk through this market. Soon enough, we were back at the house and it was time for us to add our pieces to the altar. And Deanna and her family were kind enough to let us add our families to their family altar. I didn't have a printed photo with me, so I left a sugar skull in its place in memory of my dad who passed away in 2021. And while it was definitely an emotional moment, I appreciate the fact that it's not just a moment of mourning, but rather a time to appreciate the love that I will always have for him. Time for tamales. I think I'm getting ready to head back to my Airbnb now, but when I tell you that was the coolest experience, that felt so authentic, and we were really able to spend time with Diana and her family. Hola. Larissa? Bye-bye. There's something that I've always been so curious about as a symbol of Dia de Muertos, so I had to go check it out. So I'm gonna be doing something really exciting, and you guys probably already know what it is, but let's get into it. So first steps first, I'm gonna pick out my outfit for the day. This is so epic and I'm so excited. Back in Xochimilco, and it's time to become a Catrina for a day.
Muy bien, listo. ¿Sí me entiendes? Un poquito.
While Lulu transformed me into becoming a Catrina, I learned more about the history, including the fact that Catrinas were predominantly designed as a satire of European beauty and fashion standards, and somewhere along the line, they became so iconic in symbolically representing Dia de los Muertos as we know it today.
Lower? Oh, that's so cool. I have to stop smiling.
Okay, so now we're taking a ride on a trajinera. We're gonna go so we can get some beautiful shots here in Xochimilco. Do you guys like it? Like one of the fields where they grow the flowers is like right over there, right? Yeah, wow.
Marigold field.
Marigolds. How do you say it in Spanish?
Cempasúchil.
Simpasuchil?
Sempa?
Simpa?
Súchil.
Suchil. Simpasuchil. Simpasuchil. And it didn't take very long for me to become an attraction just like the trajineras themselves. What do you want people to know about Xochimilco and Dia de los Muertos?
Wow.
Tough question.
Yes. What? Well, first of all, that in Xochimilco we're friendly. We want to share part of our cultures, and that most people in the world know that Mexico want to share the culture about the Day of the Dead with you guys, and I hope to see you soon in Xochimilco.
Okay, and then shout out, live Mexico on your skin. Say,
Yes.
represent. There we go. That was amazing. Time has come to a close. I can't wear this all the time, but I'll always remember, and I have great pictures. And that's what's most important. Today is Halloween, and I'm out here in the Zocalo, which is the general central square in the historic district, and I'm excited to see everyone out in their costumes having a good time. It's a combination of things when you have Dia de los Muertos and Halloween right next to each other, and you can see that the combination of the cultures is really present. So let's go out here and see what we can find. Probably see everybody's outside tonight. If I could make any recommendations at this point, I would say that obviously you want to come to Zocalo to see all of the lights and see everything lit up, but also it's super crowded here on the 31st. So maybe if you don't want to deal with crowds, come here on the 30th. But it is something that's super family friendly and everyone can share and spend time in together in this crazy crowd here for Dia de Muertos. So this has been a great experience seeing all this beautiful Mexican and Aztec culture blended together in this square in Zocalo, and all these people out to experience the festivities and the connectivity of Dia de Muertos. But I think I'm just about done with the chaos for this evening. As today is the main day of the festivities, I'm here at this park and there's so many people who are still setting up stands and shops, and I'm assuming somewhere near the parade route. So I have one more errand to run today, and we're gonna make sure we have everything together for our talk. So I picked up the last thing I need for my altar, and I'm gonna take it back with me. And this is pan de muerto. So it's like bread of the dead, but it's a customary bread that people eat specifically on today, Dia de Muertos. In the strangest turn of events in my life, which, I mean, it really shouldn't even be strange at this point because this is normal for me, I ran into my cousin at the parade. Well, he's my cousin's husband, but I ran into my cousin at the parade, but, you know, the parade was a parade. It's beautiful. It's still going on behind me back there, and I can tell that people of the city really want to share and celebrate their culture with everyone from around the world that comes and visits. So, now that I have all my ingredients, it's time for me to head out of here. And I was thinking, if I've learned anything from my time here in Ciudad de Mexico, it's that Dia de Muertos is meant to be celebrated with family. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna head home to Los Angeles and celebrate Dia de Muertos con mi familia.
Hola, Larissa?
Guide. You guide me. Yes, you are a good guide. Look at you. Look at you. You're so handsome.
Now I'm back in California with my family to celebrate Dia de Muertos.
This is Bernard.
I love you guys. Yay.
Cut. Get the camera.